I just, oh, all right. I
You're
just
good.
got the message that we're getting recorded. All right. So thank you everyone for jumping on for the town hall today. We have a good little group of people I wanted to introduce. We have David Vanderblumen, who is our past, I guess you'd call him past president, what is president, rolling out a presidency. So very happy to have you, David. And I'm sure, as you know, he is was part of the PPAW board. And then we have many of our board members from PPA Chicago on today. So I'd like to introduce the executive board. I'm Catherine. I'm the current president. This is my first year in presidency. And we have Joanna Black, who serves on the board as our vice president. Tammy Hawk, who is our treasurer. Bailey Bradford, who is our secretary. And then we have directors, Lisa Grayhill, I'm not sure if she's on, Scott King, sporting that great hat, Hillary Scaletta, I think I'm saying that right, and help me if I'm not. The director, Dan Pike, Cassandra Chiodo.
Chiodo.
We never say last names, it's always first names.
Chiodo. Hey, I'm gonna say the full proper name and then wait for this one. Christian Pawlikowski. And then of course we have, yeah, Christian always ties me up bad. And then we have Stacy, our fabulous executive director, that makes all of this loveliness happen over at PPA Chicago. So just wanted to introduce the board. This is kind of what you're working with now that we've assumed PPAW members. So I'm going to actually turn it over to Stacy to talk a little bit about the announcement that had gone out to the members, and then she'll also cover some of the membership benefits.
All right. Okay, so according to the announcement that went out, PPA Chicago is assuming the PPAW members. So what that means for 2023 is your membership dues would come over to PPA Chicago, and you would be assumed as part of PPA Chicago in our membership for 2023. The renewals do go out October, so those will go out in October for 2024. As far as membership benefits, we have education, we have different discounts involved, and I didn't print the sheet, so I'm going to go off the cuff here. We have, you can attend ASI Chicago, that show under your membership with PPA Chicago. You, with your membership, would be able to attend PPA Chicago events, and we are working on some Wisconsin events, which I'll talk about in a couple minutes. So as far as membership benefits go, we also have lunch and learns that we're going to be starting virtually for the PPA Chicago and PPAW members. So you'll be able to, just like this Zoom platform, you will be able to see a supplier on Zoom, ask questions. They'll get you connected with them, and it's usually over a lunch hour. So it's usually about a half hour, 40 minutes. So while you're eating lunch, you can watch the Zoom and watch that supplier at that specific time. So we are going to be scheduling those. So if you are a supplier and you are interested, please reach out to me. And then distributors, you will see emails start to go out. So for the PPAW members who are coming over to us, you will be added to our email list. So you'll start to get those emails from us as far as signing up for events, our newsletter, education, all kinds of different things. We have Wild Wednesday webinars, which MIBA puts on that we take part in. So you're going to start to see a lot of new things come into your email. If you have questions regarding anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself. or to a board member, especially if you're in appointments with any of our board members. Feel free to pick their brains about things that we're doing and getting involved. Getting involved is going to be the big piece of the puzzle. Have it be reading emails, attending events, attending virtual events, online, the virtual and in-person events. So, and volunteering. We always look for volunteers for all of our events. If you have expertise in websites or updating websites or entering information onto websites, if you have any type of niche that you love to do, that you have time that you would love to volunteer with us, please reach out, because we need volunteers all the time. It helps to run our regional. So anything is appreciated. Okay, so we talked about membership dues. So our membership, I know PPAW's was on a different schedule, but PPA Chicago's membership is on a calendar basis. So it runs from January to December. So January or October is when the renewal notice will go out. You'll receive that in your email. And then that'll start right away at that time for your membership dues. All right. Is there anything else on membership dues, Catherine, that you can think of?
I don't believe so. The cost is $175, if anyone is wondering that. And that's
For suppliers and distributors.
Yeah, so it's just one charge. It doesn't matter if you have a very large company, small company, it's just a flat $175. And for the show, for the showcase, most of the suppliers may cross over into Wisconsin. I personally don't call into Wisconsin, but like, for example, like Jill Kindler, if you guys know her, she's the Cutter and Buck Wisconsin rep. She would be now a member of PPA Chicago. She'd be able to tap into that membership. If you're like a multi-line rep, Stacy, what is the number of companies, or what's the percentage that have to be members for multi-line reps?
Oh, if you're a multi-line rep, just as long as 2/3 of your lines are members with PPA Chicago, you'll be able to exhibit those at our showcase. And the showcase we have once a year, and that is in Illinois. It's at the Renaissance in Schaumburg. It is an end user show. We just had it last week. And we only do the one in-person trade show for PPA Chicago. However, we are looking into doing shows in Wisconsin for Green Bay and Milwaukee. So once this is going to be our year to kind of get everything kind of moving and get everything going. So next year we'll be looking into for 2024 into doing more of a show type of aspect. So that kind of leads me into, we have 2 dates that we've planned for events in Wisconsin. So we're looking at an event on August 23rd. That will be in Green Bay. We're looking at a brewery, and then it'll have tables for suppliers to set up, and distributors can come in, enjoy everything at the brewery, and then also be able to mingle and look at the suppliers, their products. So that is August 23rd, and that's for Green Bay. And then the next day, August 24th, is when we will be in Milwaukee, and that will be also same type of thing. Suppliers will have a table to supply their product, to exhibit their products. So then we're just thinking of 2024. It'll be on a larger scale. Will be when we're looking at more of a show. So we're looking for a lot of feedback this first year. So if you know of things that worked in the past, that you loved in the past, please reach out to me or a board member, so that we can really kind of tap into what worked for you. And we want to make sure that you get the most out of the membership. So those 2 events are something that we're working on right now. We'll email everything out. We actually had a meeting yesterday to go over the details of it. So we will start to get those going as we get the wheels turning on Wisconsin. We do have a couple of board members that are suppliers that cross into from Illinois into Wisconsin. And they will be working with us on that. That is Scott King. He's on Hillary Bailey, and Joanna. So those four. So I've got a good crew that I'm working with that will get those events up and running.
Oh, and Christian.
Oh, and Christian, I'm so sorry. There's a lot. So which is exciting because it's going to take all our peeps to get things rolling.
And we would love you, and we would love anyone else who'd like to be a part of those conversations, like Stacy said. If you have any recommendations for like great locations, I think that we're trying to find a large space so that we can invite as many suppliers as possible. So if you have any ideas there, or if you'd want to get on a committee, you're up in Wisconsin, and you'd like to help out our group that's trying to plan it here, we will gladly take the assistance.
Absolutely. Okay, so as far as events that we have currently for in the Chicago area, so we had the show last week. Our next event is going to be May, tentative date. We're working on the date right now, but we're looking at May 18th. It's going to be in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and that's at Cooper's Hawk. That's going to have suppliers, and it's going to be more of like an open house where distributors can walk through and see specific suppliers. And the best part is the Cooper's Hawk wine and appetizers. So those two things are, Cooper's Hawk, who could go wrong? So that's an Illinois event. That's in Arlington Heights at Cooper's Hawk. The next event, which may work for some of them, are Milwaukee or Southern Wisconsin distributors and suppliers, is we do have on June 16th the Chicago Dogs baseball game, and that's in Rosemont. So that may be a little bit closer for the Southern Wisconsin members. The next month we have next event is July 24th, and that's our annual charity golf outing. So if you do golf and you are planning on attending ASI Chicago, that would be a great week to come down and attend the show, and then as well as golf.
And I think the education is on Tuesday for ASI as well. So you could partake in the golf outing on Monday, do the education on Tuesday, and then the booths open up for the exhibitors on Wednesday. So you can make it maybe a little mini getaway. We all like excuses to get away, right?
Absolutely. And then we have a couple, what we call the Cooper's Hawk event is Tips and Sips. So we do have another one in October. We haven't started to plan that one. We just have a date. November is every year is when we do Winterfest, which is our big celebration for member benefit for members. So we hand out member awards, scholarships, all kinds of fun stuff. So that's a fun event. We haven't planned that yet, but the date is November 10th. So you can put that on your schedule. And then December, we don't have anything. So anything currently planned, but that's not to say that we can throw in some Wisconsin events in there to help with the members as well. So I think the most important thing is really watching emails, really keeping in touch, and I will keep in touch with all of you as well, just making sure that you know what's happening and what events are up and coming.
We also have a social media presence as well. So if you aren't following us, we're trying to keep our Facebook and our Instagram pretty much up to date on events and whatnot as well. So follow us on our social as well, and you'll be able to get the updates as well on there.
All right, and I think the next thing I should chat about is we're thinking of sending out a survey to everybody, especially the Wisconsin members, to see what feedback you have, what works, what doesn't work, what you liked, what you want to get out of your membership. If you have any ideas, any places that you know that worked well that you attended, as far as events, anything in that scale. So we're looking for ideas. We obviously have some ideas that we've come up with already, but we want your feedback. We want to see what you want from your membership, so that we can really like hit the ground running now that our show's done, or the PPA Chicago show is done, and then we can kind of roll with it. The next thing too is the name. So obviously with PPA Chicago, we cover Chicago and Illinois. But if you have any great ideas of the name, we are open to ideas. So if we have any creative minds out there, if you have some great ideas that pop into your head, please let us know. We would love help with that.
One other thing I want to mention too, Stacy, with what we've done already this year, and that the date for 2023 is kind of pending, is our promo impact meetings. We completed our second year doing them this past February. And basically what the promo impact meetings are, they're basically power meetings. So they're 20-minute sessions. We had 16 suppliers, is that correct, this past year? So we had 16 suites, and every distributor was able to pair up. So if you're a distributor, it could be yourself and someone else from your team that could attend, and then they would meet with each supplier for 20 minutes. It was actually a really great event. We hosted lunch. We had happy hour in the evening, and it was a 2-day event. So distributors were able to sign up for either of the days, whatever worked with your schedule. So that has been very, very successful here in the Chicago area. So that is also something that we were thinking about potentially bringing to the Wisconsin territory as well. So we'll definitely include that on our survey if you feel that that is something that would be of value, something that maybe you haven't been able to experience in the past. I know like some different buying groups do something similar. So please be sure to note that on the survey so we can, bring that to the Wisconsin area as well.
That's a super beneficial event. The distributors and suppliers get so much out of it. Plus, it gives you a chance to really build that relationship between the supplier and distributor. So definitely keep that in mind, because we actually have wait lists for the suppliers that want to be part of Promo Impact. So we are all for bringing whatever works to our members. That was all I had on my list. Let's open it to questions. Hopefully everybody has questions or comments. And I will follow up with an email that will include the calendar events, the membership benefits. I'll list on there as well. I'll include that. And then the board members and our contact information. So if you have questions, comments, anything, reach back out to us.
Hey, I guess Stace, and I'll have Tammy answer this. Can you talk about the show that we had last week and how many people were there and everything that we were able to do?
Yes. I think my internet is freaking out a little bit. Okay, now I'm back.
Tammy?
Okay. Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah,
that's okay. So we have an end user show every year, and this year it pretty much got back up to what the numbers were pre-COVID. I'm trying to find Stacy's notes of exactly how many walked through, okay, but I could ballpark it for you. Do you have it in front of you, Stacy?
I do, yeah. Hold on one second.
We had 125 booths, give or take.
Yep.
8 new exhibitors, 8 new vendors to the show, many of them new to the industry as well. Stace, do you have it?
I do, yes. We had 408 distributors, and then we had 655 clients, so end users.
Mm-hmm. In the first hour, we checked in 649 people. It was crazy in the first hour. The show was great this year. I mean, definitely the numbers are up to where they were pre-COVID. All of the suppliers said that we actually have suppliers that already booked for next year, and we've never had that happen. We had several that said they wanted more booth space next year and had to bring help with them. So it was a great event. We have an education session always the morning before. This year, Dale Denham from PPAI spoke. We don't have any idea who will speak next year, but we always do that the hour before the show. We have a pre-show party the night before for all of the suppliers. It's a courtesy from PPA Chicago for the suppliers that exhibit. They can attend for free. We do have some distributors that trickle in as well. And am I leaving anything out?
We
We
do
have
appreciate.
the amazing new products
Yes.
set up.
Yeah, we have a new product
Worked very
area.
hard on that, Tammy.
I do. It's turned into a bigger job than I ever thought it would, but we have a big new product area every year that all of the exhibitors can participate in. It gets bigger and bigger every year, which is exciting. It was a great event. I mean, everybody had a really good time. We have a theme every year. This year was superhero. We haven't decided yet what next year's will be. And like Stacy said, it's at the Renaissance in Schaumburg, so it's very easy to get to. It's right off the tollway.
Jumping off the spot.
How
are you? How's your day?
I
Good.
think that's all I got. Anybody else? Am I forgetting anything?
Oh, got it. Okay.
Okay.
No, we're good. I just figure out who it was.
I think that's all I have about the show. Am I leaving anything out?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It was great. Oh, we do a pre-show party the night before the show.
Yeah.
It's free for exhibitors. It's a thank you little party celebration to our suppliers for being part of the showcase that year. So that's super fun. Everything is all in one place. So once you get to the Renaissance, you don't have to leave. The pre-show party's there, the hotel rooms are there, the show's there, education, everything is all in one place.
Yeah, it's a really great venue.
Yeah, it was a good show. So we're excited. We're excited already for next year. We're making notes of things that we want to improve upon and change a little bit, but it's exciting that we already have vendors and suppliers that want to sign up for next year. So it's good.
Absolutely. Tammy kills doing the show, so she's a rock star.
Thanks, Stace.
A lot of people say we look a lot alike, so it's okay if you call me Tammy.
We answer to both names. We're the same height. Yeah,
We're
the same height, and we both have blonde hair.
It's fun. Fun. We have a really fun board and we have a really fun time doing things. So I'm excited for what we can bring to PPA. Well, I won't say PPAW, but to Wisconsin area. And really looking forward to helping getting it to grow and be part of PPA Chicago and together Chicago and Illinois. So, or Chicago. Oh gosh, I keep getting Chicago. I should say PPA Illinois. So Illinois and Wisconsin together. But does anybody have any questions or any comments? We would love to answer them for you. And don't be shy. You can even put it in the chat too. Everybody's probably still sleeping, right? Okay. I don't know if I have much else as far as questions. I will make sure to follow up with an email to everybody with everything that we mentioned as far as membership benefits, calendar of events, and how to get in touch with us. And Christy's action, will you make your video available for future review? Yes. So we are recording it. I will email it out. There were a bunch of people that were not able to join us live. So I will email it out, and then I'll also put it on our website too, so that everybody can have access to it and review everything when it went over. But I don't know, is there anything else I'm forgetting? Anybody from the board that you can
Do you think that we should talk about the golf outing? Because I feel like that's the most recent, like the next thing that's closest and probably the most valuable for Wisconsin.
I think we should only talk about
ASI.
the golf outing. Nothing else is even.
Well, you crush it, so I feel like we should talk about it.
All right, Scott, you're up.
Oh crap! I have to talk about it. It's the Monday of ASI. We have a golf course called Silver Lake in Orland Park. Last year we had about 105 golfers. Shotgun start. It's a lot of fun. There's probably too much booze for that early, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, you know. But no, we just have a lot of fun. It's you bring foursomes, your customers bring their foursomes, and you try to beat Hillary. She's probably the best golfer there, so you got to beat her. So it's just a lot of fun. And
Don't say that. Too much pressure.
yeah, exactly.
Scott, is that the same venue as last year's?
It's a different venue. We were at Harborside last year.
Oh, that's right.
I won't say they kind of screwed us with the pricing, but they kind of screwed us with the pricing. So we went to a different one, and this is perfect. It's great. They will actually be grilling out steaks for us when we come off the course. Let's just put it that way. So it'll be really nice. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yep.
Yep.
So it'll be fun.
And it's nice if you
Proud of you,
don't
Scott.
golf.
Good work.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't golf, it's great because then suppliers can sponsor a hole. And there's a lot of other ways to be involved if you don't golf.
Right.
Yeah, we do have full sponsors, all kinds of different sponsors, volunteers. You want to come take pictures, hand out swag bags. Check in golfers in the morning, help with setup we do have prizes that are tickets. So we have amazing prizes, you walk away with some great stuff, and even everything in the swag bag is really beneficial. So it's a great event. If you have never attended, definitely think about attending with us, because it's one of it. Besides the show, it's one of our, in PIM, I mean, we have great events, right? So all of them are really great, but if you love to golf, like this is a fun time, because everybody that comes, not everybody, but the people that come in from out of town to attend ASI, they come in early to attend our golf outing. So then they spend the week with us. So if you're a golfer, or if you want to volunteer, let us know.
Yep.
I think we
And
talked
you don't have to be a good golfer. I've golfed 1 year and it was very embarrassing. But I did have a lot of fun. It was a good time.
That's all that matters. Oh, and there are awards. So there's a bunch of awards that we hand out at the end for all the golfers. So
And to Catherine's point, one of our awards is for the best foursome, and one is for the worst. So if you're horrible, you can still walk away with
an award.
something. Yeah.
We really make it a fun day. It's just really about just being together and building the relationships, and so it's fun. It's a fun time.
And I'll just say that last year, I think it was Tech Weld was handing out bourbon shots and stogies at their hole. So we have a little fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought they had a massage chair.
Ball and Black might be trying to hide some Jello shots. You know, even if the course doesn't want you to do them, they might just have them just by accident. You know, so it'll be fun.
And it had frozen drinks.
Yeah, Hit had. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Yeah.
little slushies. Yeah, so you never know what you'll find at the next hole. Don't know. It's all little surprises. But we try and make it as fun as possible, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
All right. Any other event? I think we've pretty much touched on everything. We talked about PIM, the show, the golf outing. So it'd be great to have all those events in Wisconsin. So stay tuned. And if you have ideas, we're open to them. So please shoot me an email. I'll put the email in the chat. So you can email us at any time. If you have good things to say, bad things to say, anything, we're open to everything, since this is all a new ball game for us. But we have a fantastic board. Everybody is strong in what they do and their talents. And so I have no doubt that we'll get you guys some good events. And please come to events. So that we see you and get to meet you and get some feedback and get ideas, all of it. We're open to it. All right.
Thank you, Stacy.
No, thank you everybody so much for attending. We appreciate it. And anybody who's live or watching the replay of this, reach out to us with questions.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.